Football, one of the oldest and most popular sport in the world, they say is a universal game, loved by many and played by a selected few. This game has been played in almost every civilization and age of the world. Football, they say, has been used to settle war. This game has stood the test of time through centuries and has become the most popular game in the world. From the streets to the grassroots tournament and all the way to the world stage, no other sport unites people like football does. The excitement and passion from both fans and players are a whole different story of its own. A feeling only the game of football can ignite. Legends, both past and present, have been made through this great sport. The likes of Pele, Maradona, Roger Milla, J.J. Okocha, Kanu Nwankwo, Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Victor Osimhen, and the list goes on and on. Football over time has evolved and become very popular. This time around, it has transitioned from not just being a sport to becoming a serious business, generating funds from ticket sales, TV rights, merchandise, and even brand advertising, making football a huge source of livelihood. Today, I have with me one of the grassroots force that is behind some of the big names you have heard of or even watched in football mainstream. Today, I have with me Mr. Marshal Sambre, a football scout in Lagos, Nigeria. He's going to tell us more about his own football scouting club, how far he has gone, the challenges he has faced, and one or two encouraging words for the young ones looking to get into the business of football.
Punishment is training. On Friday, we'll get that's My name's Marshal Sambre. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, precisely Eket local government. And I'm the CEO of Flying Sports Academy. Actually, when I was very young, my dad is a military man. And I used to play in the barracks. And I grew up with it. I grew up with that passion. And after then, all my school, I went to the barracks. But I was still focused. I wanted to play football. And from there, I started developing more interest in the game. Eventually, I went to play for Mojoyin-Owo Football Club. It's a state league. From there, we qualified for Super League. After then, I went to play for Mobi Pegasus of Eket. It's a professional side, Division 2 side. And I played there for 1 year. And from there, I went to Europe to play. I signed for Regina. From Regina, I moved to Conegliano. Conegliano, I moved to Bellinzona. I came back to Italy to play for Genoa. After Genoa, I moved to Treviso, Venezia. And from there, I got injured. When I got injured, I started working with the agents that took me to Europe. And I've been working with them for years now as a scout for them. I worked with them for over 20 years in Italy. Like I said, I was injured, and I have a good relationship with the agency that took me to Europe. And after then, they came to meet me that because of the the relationship we have, they need somebody they can trust in Africa, somebody that can help them scout in Africa. They have scouts in Brazil, South America. They have in Eastern Europe. They have in Western Europe. They needed somebody they can trust in Africa. So I think we talked, and as of that time, I was still feeling the pain on my knee. So I decided to take the offer and be their scout. So from there, we came to Lagos for the first time. The first scouting program we did was in First Bank. And that was when we took Odu Amadi and Amoni Kande to AC Milan. I've been scouting for over 20 years. And within now and that time, we're taking over 100 players to Europe. And among those players, we have Nnamdi Oduamani that is playing for AC Milan, and he played for the Super Eagles. We have John Ogu. We have Blessing Eleke. He's in Japan now. We have Ezekiel Henti, Marachi Osuji, Kehinde, Matthias. We have Chiwendu Nkama. He's in Lugano. We have a lot of other players we took to Europe. Stanley Amuze. Most of them played in Super Eagles. Some played in under 20 and some in under 17. In terms of scouting, we go around Nigeria to look for these players. Most times, for example, if I want to scout, I just pick up my bag. I can fly from here to Enugu. From Enugu, I start my scouting. I can spend 4 days in Enugu. I move to Owerri. I move to Aba. I move to Anambra. I end up in Port Harcourt, Eke, I come back. At that point, you will see Nigeria has so much talent. So within that time, we've worked for like 20 years. We've taken over 100 plus to Europe for trials. And basically, we deal on grassroots players. We don't take money from the players. We invest in the player. And I think in my 20 years of working, I'm not taking money from anybody. We like investing in the player and giving the player what he or she wants to do. We run a football academy called Flying Sport Academy. That academy has been in existence for over 20 years. And that is the name we use to work with the players. And I think most of the players in the academy are not from Lagos. We go around Nigeria to scout for all of them. And we bring them together, put them in camp here in Festac, and we work on them to see how we can improve them. You understand? Flying Sport Academy is like a brand in Nigeria. But sincerely, this is the first time I'm granting an interview on the academy. I've tried to work on a quiet note. I've tried to do my things quietly and allowed my job to speak for me. Most times, you don't join the academy. You come. We leave the door open. Like, if you come and tell us you are a good player, we will assess you. We watch you. If you meet up our standard, we allow you to stay with the academy. If you don't meet up, we allow you to go. Most times we get calls all over Nigeria. We know people will make recommendations. There is one time I went to a TV channel, and I think at the end of the program, I'm coming down from the studio. I saw over 30-something kids and their parents waiting for me downstairs. We only told them to come. And surprisingly, most of them came with the notion that when I come, anything it costs me, I will pay. But I still told them, no, you don't pay money. You come, we assess you, and we meet up our standard. We take you, we are looking for good players. So how will you drive a player when he's coming? Like Harmony Kandi, the player I took to Milan, just came from Kano. Met me on the field, say I can play football. I said, okay, play. And that day we were playing against I think First Bank in a friendly match. It was fantastic. And after the game, we have to take him to Milan. And that is how his career started. He played for under 17, played for under 20, even under 23. I've told every young footballer that if somebody comes to meet you as a scout, I want to take you to Europe. You don't pay money to travel. The person that comes to scout you should invest in the player. Because number one, the player has the talent. You have the managerial skill to take the player to where he wants to go. So you should be ready to invest in the player. Because it's a win-win situation. The player does not bring money, and at the end you take him to Europe. Sometimes it might fail. You understand? So to build trust, you should not pay money to travel. What I want to encourage the young footballers is that you have to be focused. You don't have to give up. But what you have to understand is that every day that comes, every second that comes, you grow older. And your chance of playing football becomes very, very slim. So the earlier, the better. When you are very young, you should trust your talent, trust your profession, be focused. You understand? What you have to know is that they are playing in Festac, they are playing in Togo, they are playing in Kano. Everybody wants to go to this Euro. And your chances of playing in that Europe is very, very slim. So you have to be 200% good for a European to invest money in you as a footballer. That's my only advice for them.
So guys, that's all we have for you today. So next time you see those kids or your kids playing ball in the street tomorrow, encourage them. Who knows? They might be the next big thing tomorrow. Yeah? So please like, share, and click the subscribe button for more videos like this. Cheers.